Greetings and welcome back to another edition of the DVD Shelf Foreign Flix, the show that would rather high-five a good movie than drown a bad one. Now every movie I feature is one that I enjoy, however, not all films are created equal, which is why I will use this scale to rate them. Today I have my next English language foreign film that hails us from Britain, and it is none other than the 1998 criminal comedy Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. British writer and director Guy Ritchie is known for a few things, whether it be his fast-talking caper comedies with ensemble casts and quirky, intriguing characters, or for helming the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock films, or for being Madonna's now ex-husband. Amongst all of this, I feel that his debut feature film, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, is often overshadowed. And that, my friends, is a travesty.
It's a deal. It's a steal. It's sale of the fucking century.
The story of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels follows four friends. Tom.
Let me feel the fibre of your fabric.
Soap. Eddie.
Sorry, didn't know your father.
And Bacon.
Sells empty boxes is the Undertaker, and by the look of some of you lot here today, I'd make more money with me measuring tape. Here, one price.
Now these friends are involved in the low-level criminal world, aside from Soap, who is clean as his name indicates, and they've decided to pull together some money to allow the card shark Eddie to enter into a high-stakes poker game run by the gangster Hatchet Harry, with the belief that the ace card player will easily win and make a solid profit. However, things don't go as planned, and Eddie is now in deep with Hatchet Harry and has 1 week to repay the debt. To get the money to repay Harry, the boys come up with a plan to rob a group of thugs led by their neighbor Dog.
Yes, Gordon, is there something you'd like to tell us?
All the while, Harry's right-hand man, Barry the Baptist, is trying to acquire some antique guns for his boss, and the aforementioned group of thugs led by Dog plans to rip off some local pot dealers.
Who the hell's that? It's only 12 o'clock.
All of these storylines begin to intersect, with misunderstandings, mishaps, and marijuana abound. And nothing goes quite as planned.
You won't get away with this.
Paul, what's that?
It's a traffic warden.
I can see it's a fucking traffic warden. What's he doing in the back of the van?
Much like the more widely known film Snatch, this is very much an ensemble effort for the cast. Sure, the four friends are the main focus, but there are multiple simultaneous side storylines going on here. And it's not just the aforementioned characters that play the heaviest in the main plot, but we also follow a pair of bumbling thieves,
I hate these fucking southern fairies,
a collector for Hatchet Harry in Big Chris and his son Little Chris, and another gangster named Rory Breaker. Guy Ritchie expertly weaves all of these characters and their storylines with one another, and eventually they all have an impact on the outcome of our protagonists.
Will you two stop flirting for a minute? After we pay Hatchet, this deal puts us up nearly £200,000 each. That's not bad for a morning's work, I think you'll agree.
Amongst this ensemble cast are a few big names. Most notably, this film was not only the debut for Guy Ritchie, but also for Jason Statham and Vinnie Jones. And as the story goes, Vinnie Jones was released from police custody for assaulting his neighbor on the first day of filming. Both men have had expansive and successful Hollywood careers, and they have their start in this film to thank for it. Starring alongside these big names are Jason Flemyng, whom you may recall from my review of Hannah,
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Dexter Fletcher,
Oi! Keep your fingers out of my soup.
Nick Moran,
Are you deaf?
That's a bargain, I'll take one.
Stephen McIntosh, P.H. Moriarty,
they owe me £500,000.
Vass Blackwood,
With that, what's going on here? Look, slapped all over your Chevy Chase.
Lenny McLean,
Don't you worry, Harry. I've got it under control.
and Sting, the musical artist, not the wrestler. A few of these names reunited for Ritchie's follow-up film Snatch, and also for the 2001 Longest Yard remake entitled Mean Machine.
Just goes to show, Bob, lightning can't strike twice.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Even though this was the debut film for Statham and Jones, you wouldn't know it. Both they and the rest of the cast play their parts well to help deliver this wonderful little dark comedy.
The van's half full. So? So, all I've got to do is fill it up, put you in it. What?
After finding some success and recognition for this movie, Guy Ritchie went on to make Snatch, which featured gangsters, big American stars including the barely intelligible Brad Pitt,
You look like a boxer.
and a formula that lock, stock, started of multiple criminal enterprises and shenanigans overlapping with comedic and dramatic results.
Fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
After Snatch, Ritchie's work started to go downhill in my opinion. His next film was one starring his wife at the time, Madonna, called Swept Away, followed by the mind-bending film Revolver, in which Ritchie once again employed Jason Statham, but with such a bizarre and deep story it had a mixed reception.
I'll kill him. I'll kill him. I'll kill all of them. I'll kill him first. But he'll fucking kill us first. But he'll fucking kill us first. Beg. Take it back. Beg, you idiot. Beg.
And then there was Rock and Rolla, the type of film you expect from the writer and director of Lock, Stock, and Snatch, as it involved a big-name-filled ensemble cast portraying various underworld criminals with schemes aplenty. It was definitely a fun movie that was an improvement over Swept Away and Revolver, but one that wasn't quite as good as his earlier criminal comedies. Of course, he also directed the Robert Downey Sherlock films, which were fun enough, but still, for me, nothing compares to his first two films.
I think the word you're looking for, gentlemen, is thank you.
So now the important part, the rating. This is certainly not a brainless comedy. There are not constant punchlines or cheap gags. However, this is a very smart, well-written, and twisty dark comedy about a group of friends trying to get out of a bad situation. If you haven't seen it, I consider it a must-watch and thus give it a 5. Go out there and get it today. While certainly not a perfect film and not laugh-out-loud funny from end to end, it is a fun film that is enjoyable from beginning to end, and it's one that I don't think should be missed. Now, if you're looking for some great special features, then you will have to look elsewhere. The DVD version I own comes with some trailers, cast and crew biographies, a single production featurette, and a Cockney dictionary tutorial, the last of which can be incredibly useful for understanding some of the Cockney slang in the film. The production featurette comes off as a more glorified promo for the film, most likely made for TV due to the censoring, and it provides no real insight into the film, and instead the director, producer, and various cast members talk about their role in the film and tell us it's a good movie, as if we didn't already know that. Now there is a Blu-ray release, but the only special features with that one are a behind-the-scenes look with the cinematographer and a supercut of all of the curse words and insults used throughout the movie, which isn't so much a special feature as a reminder that this isn't a kids' movie. Hopefully this will one day receive a top-notch Blu-ray release complete with special features worthy of this film. And given that this was the start of 3 big careers with Guy Ritchie, Vinnie Jones, and Jason Statham, I would love to see a special feature where they talk about the film and how it impacted their careers, or what they think looking back at it. But that's just my 2 cents. Well, that'll do it for this episode. For the DVD Shelf Foreign Flix, this is 1-2, reminding you not to enter card games with gangsters.